Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Seriah, for those of you who do not know me. And in today's video, we are doing a 2025 reset for single moms. So honestly, this video is going to be super informal. I really don't even know what to title it. I think it's just going to be a 2025 reset. I'm going to be talking about all of the highs and lows of 2024 and all the adjustments I plan to make in 2025. So if you're interested in any of that footage, then you should definitely keep on watching.
High volume, high volume. What gotta make the cat cry? Good dude. I know you love me.
And it's your first time here, or you haven't kept up with my channel in a while. I originally started this channel off as, I think I was either 21 or 22 at the time, and I was a medical assistant considering going to medical school. So I made vlogs about me being a medical assistant and documenting my journey to medical school. However, along that path and on that journey, I quickly realized that medicine was not for me, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And what I ended up coming to terms with is that my journey is more so focused on my finances. I got into a heap of debt, and I'll say it was because I was engaged. I was in a very toxic, horrible relationship right after I decided I didn't want to be a doctor anymore. I moved in with my then fiance, who proposed, and basically all hell broke loose. We moved in together, did everything out of order, and I ended up facing an eviction. I had no money, ran up 3 different credit cards. I was in about $10,000 worth of debt. Then I quickly became a teacher in the span of that relationship. And becoming a teacher increased my finances greatly, but I didn't know anything about budgeting, didn't know anything. And so I was in $10,000 worth of debt. I was struggling with the loss of a relationship with somebody I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with. I was a new teacher, didn't have all my credentials together. I was just figuring it out as a 22-year-old. And of course, we're young and dumb. We make mistakes. When you break up, you make up with somebody and you think you're in love and you do things. And so needless to say, I went back to my fiance despite all the things and all of the advice saying not to. Ended up pregnant, and here I am now with a child and a single mom. Here he is as we speak. His name is August, and he was born August 21st, 2024. With all that being said, despite the challenges and the obstacles and all of my mistakes that I made back in 2023, at the end of 2023 going into 2024, I decided that I was going to change my life, and I had no choice because I was pregnant and I'm bringing my son into the world, and I needed to make better decisions for myself and my child moving forward. So 2024 was the start of my debt-free journey. So while I was pregnant, I decided to aggressively pay off my debt. I ended up paying about, I want to say $6,000 worth of credit card debt. I paid off my first credit card, which was a Pandora credit card. I ended up buying a diamond necklace that my then fiance was supposed to buy for me for Valentine's Day. And when we broke up, he stopped paying for it, so I had to pay it off. And I wear this necklace now to this day as just a mental reminder to love and choose myself. It's like a teardrop. But anyways, bought that diamond necklace. It was about, I can't remember, $1,300. And then the second credit card was a Capital One Venture card that I ran up, and that was because I had some car issues that costed me $3,000, and my credit limit I think was $3,500. And so I filled that whole card up. And then my Amex Express card. I bought a bunch of dumb stuff. I moved into the apartment with my then fiance, and so we bought like a lot of house things on that credit card. I was using that credit card in between jobs, putting gas on it, you name it. And as you know, Amex Gold doesn't have a limit, but I ended up spending $5,000. Wasn't paying it off, and yeah, they canceled the card on me. Overall, my credit cards were about $10,000. So starting January of 2024, I just started aggressively paying off the card, and I did the snowball method where I paid off the Pandora card by January, and then from January to I want to say June, I was paying for both the Amex and the Capital One, but then I stopped paying the Amex, which was so stupid, and just focused on the Capital One card. And then my Amex card got canceled, and I ended up joining like some kind of financial relief program I'm still on. But my Capital One card ended up getting paid off in August. A matter of fact, on his birthday, August 21st. And it had accrued so much interest, it went past the $3,500 balance. It had like $4,000 something on it. I put all this in my debt confession video. You should go watch it. And then the Amex ended up accruing interest like to like $5,300. I can't remember. It's all in the debt confession video. But I paid both of those two, the Pandora and the Capital One credit card off. So then I only had the Amex card. So following that, I couldn't pay off my debt any further. I also had an apartment I moved into. Made a lot of mistakes, let's just say. So basically, you're probably wondering, well, what happened with my apartment with my ex-fiance? I ended up leaving that apartment, and by the grace of God, I didn't get an eviction. I can't say the same for him, but God, let's just say God worked it out for me. But I quickly moved into another apartment I had no business doing that costed 2 times the rent of my previous apartment. So I couldn't tackle my debt during maternity leave when I was not making any money. So after giving birth to my little one, I had to stop working because I was on maternity leave. And I was silly, didn't donate any sick days to our little friend. So I had to have unpaid leave pretty much. And so for 2 months without income, I had to stop paying off debt, and I kind of started living off of my one credit card again and my emergency fund, which I saved up $1,000, and I spent that very quickly. And after that, in October, I went back to work and then kind of started paying off my credit cards again, but I was still paying, had to catch up on rent because a lot happened. And I kind of ended up moving back in with my parents for help. So, all that backstory to say, I considered canceling my YouTube channel because I didn't know where I was taking it. Throughout this whole journey, I tried different things. Since I left the medical assistant field, I started talking about my journey in teaching. I also started talking about my pregnancy journey. And then post-pregnancy, my journey into motherhood. But I think what it boils down to is I've always been focused on my finances. Ever since I got pregnant with my little one, I've been on a journey to financial freedom. And so in this 2025 reset, I really considered canceling my YouTube channel and starting a new channel completely differently. But then I felt like the Lord put it on my heart to continue with this channel and just upload where I'm really at in the journey and to be honest and transparent about where I'm at. So truthfully, where I'm at is I am a single mom. I am trying to figure it out. I'm still teaching. I'm still doing all the same things I was doing before. I'm just doing it with my little one here. And the reality is, I was so ashamed to say it, but the truth is I'm a single mom, and it's just me taking care of him. I decided to do what I feel like was the responsible thing. After my lease ended, I decided to move back in with my parents temporarily so that way I could finish paying off all my consumer debt. And I think I have about $2,800 left on my Amex, and then like I said, I ran back up the other credit card. So probably about $5,000 worth of debt again. And I have to pay the IRS money. I got to pay medical debt. I got so much to pay for. And I'm working as a teacher. I decided to be responsible, get another job. And then if you don't know, I also just got into a master's program. So I have a lot going on, and it's hard to niche it. And I'm not really sure if the people who have been subscribed to me for the longest are interested in the new content or what I have to say. But overall, I tried from the very beginning to say that this journey wasn't about just one thing. It wasn't about medicine. It wasn't just about being a mom or just about teaching. It's about my journey of life and navigating, my youth in my 20s and trying to figure it out. And overall, what I could say is for the past 2 years, I haven't figured it out clearly. I'm still not where I want to be, and I've honestly had to take a bit of a step back, moving back in home with my parents, which isn't cool, but it's for the greater good right now. And so in this 2025 reset, I decided to prioritize what matters the most to me, which is growing in my finances. Right now, this year is really about hitting home in my financial journey, especially being on one income with a child. A lot of you may think I'm irresponsible, and I also didn't want to share this because I have students who know about my YouTube channel. But I guess the lesson in this is, if you're watching my channel and you know I'm a teacher, then you need to recognize that I'm human. I make mistakes. We all do. And yeah, it's just about how you learn from them and you grow from those mistakes that you make. And so moving forward, I am going to continue to document my journey, but just be a lot more transparent about the journey and being completely honest about where I'm at. This is where I'm at, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing to be ashamed of. And I just hope to see my growth at the end of the year. So if you're interested in watching my journey to my debt payoff, watching me get through my master's program, watching me navigate